It is Monday afternoon, and I'm gonna go get a few miles in with the dog to start this week. She's excited to get out and run. She's had a long day. We had to work, both Sarah and I, so getting the dog some exercise, getting my miles in. I was supposed to get 6 today. I did not answer the bell this morning, so my alarm went off and I chose to sleep. So I was supposed to get 6 miles in today. I'm not gonna be able to get all 6 just due to time. Got to get home, help with dinner, get the kids to bed, and then I have 9 miles on the dock for tomorrow. So we're gonna do something. It may not be all 6, but it's going to be 3, and I'm gonna do what I can. And what I want to encourage you guys on is my plan was to wake up this morning and get 6. I did not reach my plan. I could very easily just be like, well, I didn't get the running in today. I didn't wake up. I'm just going to take today as an L. But that's not what this is about. This is about showing up the best way you can, taking those losses and making the best out of them. So instead of sitting down, not doing anything, I'm going to get out and do a few miles. Helps everybody. Helps get the dog out of the house for a little bit so she's not crazy while we're trying to get dinner for the kids and everything. So get her some exercise, get me 3 miles in, get back to the day, and then get back on track for this week. So here we go. If anybody has tips or tricks on getting a dog to run with you without pulling, I am all ears. I've tried everything other than sending her to an actual trainer. I've tried every YouTube trick and anything ChatGPT has said, and man, it is a workout. But we're getting them in. Alright, 9 miles down. A little longer than I wanted to, but we're gonna get in here, get ready for work, get off to work, and I'm excited that I got those miles in today. It feels really good. There's a couple times I thought I might have to stop early and maybe get some in later, but got them all in. So now when I go home tonight, 100% with the family, and I don't gotta worry about it later. Alright, have a great day. It's Tuesday. Let's go crush the rest of this week. All right, it's Thursday morning. I'm at the trailhead. It's 5 o'clock. We got 8 miles on the plate for today. I am going to get 4 in this morning on the trail. I'm gonna run home, get the dog, and do 2 in the neighborhood with her for 6 for the morning. And then this afternoon when I get home, I'll do 2 more with the dog. So Sarah and I are both gonna be out of the house today, so the dog's gonna be in her kennel for a lot of the day, and want to get some energy burned off for her this morning and this afternoon. So that'll be my 8 for the day. Yesterday, I was supposed to get 6. I got 0. I've been pretty fatigued. Just my body is tired. And yesterday it just wasn't happening. So I took some extra rest. I actually started kind of feeling sick yesterday. so that's not cool. And I just took it as a day to try to recover a little bit. I think it helped a little bit, but I'm still pretty exhausted. I'm not feeling well, but I'm gonna get out here and get this 8. The one thing I wanted to share with you though, it's easy when I miss days or don't get all my mileage in a day to want to try to make up for that in the next coming days. So I was supposed to get 6 yesterday. I didn't get any. I instantly was looking for ways to add that 6 to the rest of my training week to get it in. And I started feeling a lot of stress about that because I'm doing a heavy week. And when I looked at my total mileage for this week, if I just hit today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday's miles, I will be over 50 miles for this week, which is one of the biggest weeks I've ever ran. And the thought of adding 6 more miles on that to get it close to 60 it's just unnecessary stress that I'm adding on myself. So what I'm trying to focus on is leave yesterday there and not let it bring added stress to today or tomorrow. Because then what happens is if I don't hit those miles, I add even more stress to the next day, and it's just a snowball effect, and it could potentially impact the beginning of next week too. So I'm forgetting about yesterday. I didn't get the miles. Wednesday lives in Wednesday. Thursday is today. We got 8 miles. Here we go. Mile 1, 10:23. Mile 2, 9:46. Mile 3, 9:47. Mile 4, 9:39. So, gonna head back to the house, grab the dog, do 2 more. Let's go. Mile 5, 10:06. All right, mile 6 is done. 10 minutes flat. Last 2 miles with the pup. Get here some running. So thanks for running with me today. Have a great day. We'll catch up tomorrow. Hey, girl. She's a good girl. All right, it's just after 5 o'clock on Friday morning. Rolling up to the gym here. And I had a rough week. So Wednesday into Thursday I got sick, a little stomach bug, and I actually took the day off of work yesterday, stayed home with my son who's also been sick this week. I'm pretty sure we're just sharing that. So I did not get my 2 miles in the evening yesterday. I ended the day with 6 miles instead of 8, and got in bed pretty decently last night, got good sleep, but was up really early this morning. The dog was crying, my son got sick, so my wife had to get up and help. We were doing laundry, getting the boy in a bath, getting him cleaned up, all that kind of stuff. So got out the door, rolling in here to the gym. I'm supposed to have 5 miles today, and we do have basketball, so I typically count what I get at basketball towards my mileage, which is usually about 3 miles during basketball. So I'm gonna try to get about 4 miles before basketball, count what I got at basketball, and then move on through the weekend. I have 18 on the plan for tomorrow and 10 on the plan for Sunday. Saturdays are tough because of Warriors Way. I got that right in the middle, 7 to 8, 7:16 to 8 o'clock. And then we have coffee after that with some fellowship. So I'll have to get miles in before that, do the workout, have the devotion, get coffee, and then get more miles in after that. Either right after that or later on throughout the day, whatever the family schedule makes most sense. And typically I try to get that on the trail, the second half of that. It's usually my only time to get out to a trail. So what I want to take out of this week over anything is consistency over perfection. The plan that I have, the schedule I have is set. And if I execute that plan perfectly, that's great. But life hardly ever goes according to plan. So what are you going to do when that plan doesn't work? Are you just going to fold and not do anything, or are you going to adjust your plan and do what you can? It's that consistently good over the occasionally great. I'm going to have weeks where I get everything perfectly, and that's great. But if I only execute on the weeks where everything goes according to plan, I'm going to fail when it comes time for the race. I still have to adjust and get what I can when that plan doesn't work. And that's really good mental training for that race, because the races that I'm doing, you cannot account for everything that could possibly go wrong, but things will go wrong. And what am I going to do when those things go wrong? Am I going to just fold, or am I going to adjust my plan and figure it out? And these weeks where things don't go according to plan are really good mental training for that. So that's the win I'm taking out of this week, is that this week didn't go according to plan, but I stayed consistent, and I'm still going to get some really good mileage in this week. So we'll see how this weekend shakes out. Right now, though, I'm going to get into the gym, get some miles in, play some basketball, and then get to work. All right, finished with 2 miles on the treadmill. Got in, had to use the restroom, took some time off, but 2 miles on the treadmill. Gonna go get some basketball, see what I get. And if I'm feeling good, maybe come back at lunch or get a few in tonight, but we'll see. So let's go play some hoops. All right, just wrapped up basketball. Fewer miles than I planned on for this morning. I got 2 in before basketball, 2.5 in during basketball, and I did leave my stuff at the gym, so I'll be going back at lunch to get a couple more. The goal is at least 2, may try to get 3 in during lunch. So if I can get 3 in, round my day out at 7.5 miles, I'll feel really good about that. And playing basketball is a lot of fun. I enjoy basketball. I grew up playing basketball. I do not play basketball on Friday mornings because of how much I love the sport. I play basketball on Friday mornings because it's a really awesome chance to connect with some people that I work with on a different level than we can in the office. So we get out there, and there's everyone from people who just started with the company all the way up to our regional vice president. And there's people that are very good at basketball, and there's people that are very bad at basketball. As you saw last week, I'm kind of right in the middle. There's weeks where I'll be really good, and there's weeks where I'll be terrible. But that's not the point. It's just getting out and having fun, building some relationships. And we have a saying at our company when we play basketball. It's called, it's bigger than basketball. And what we mean by that is it's not about just coming to hoop. It's about spending time showing up for each other, making a commitment to be here on Friday mornings and holding to that commitment, holding each other accountable to that commitment. When we show up, it's about playing with teamwork, the camaraderie, the leadership. How do you respond when you're losing? Are you the one punting the basketball and losing control of your temper and losing your anger? Or are you building up your team to pick it up again next time? When you're winning, are you showing teamwork, or are you being selfish? All these things come out in a game of basketball. And so we've coined the phrase, it's bigger than basketball, because to us it is much bigger than that. It's not about just playing a sport, it's about showing up for each other in many different ways. And basketball's been something we've been doing in Detroit at Expeditors since before I started. I'm going on 10 years at our company, and it's just been really awesome to see the friendships and the relationships form through basketball that would have never happened potentially inside the office. Now when we go into work, we're able to show up differently for each other because we've already built and established those relationships on the basketball court. So it's really awesome. It's a lot of examples on how sports translates into our everyday life, and a lot can be taken from that. So I'm gonna grab some breakfast really quick, get into work, get back to the gym at lunch, wrap up my day so that when I get home, it's nothing but me and family time. Michigan plays tonight, go blue in the Sweet 16. See if we can take down Alabama. I know it's going to be a tough game, but that'll be fun to sink my teeth into tonight. and then carry on with the weekend. It is 5:30 Saturday morning. I woke up at 5, which was after my alarm. Another rough night. I've been up since, I woke up at first time at 1:30 for the boy, woke up again at 3, and I actually felt pretty wide awake, and I was like, man, I should just get up and start my run now. I feel good. What are the chances I'm gonna feel good in an hour when my alarm goes off at 4? And I did not feel good, and I did not hear it. I woke up on my own at 5, running late. So getting to the parking lot this morning, it'll be about 5:45 by the time I start my run, and that means I'll only have enough time for 7 miles this morning. I was supposed to get 9, so I'm gonna do 7 this morning, and then I'm gonna have Warriors Way Saturday morning, so that's one we always do. So finish right at 7. My 7 miles I'll finish right at 7 o'clock, and then we'll have our Warriors Way workout. I'm gonna grab a quick cup of coffee, and then I'm meeting Alvin on the trails at 8:45 to get 9 in on the trails. So that'll leave 2 left for today to get my 18-mile day. So maybe this afternoon I'll try to grab a few with the dog and round out that day, or maybe if it's nice, get a walk in with the family. Michigan's weather is crazy right now. Thursday morning I was running without a shirt because it was 58 degrees, almost 60 degrees. This morning it is 20. So I'm back bundled up. It's hard to plan for this kind of weather because you're constantly going back and forth, but we're doing it. So again, the theme that you're constantly seeing is consistency over perfection. I could have let the fact my alarm went off late, or I woke up late, completely derail my day. I got 18 miles in. If I don't get out here and rock some of them out before Warriors Way, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to grab 7, Warriors Way, 9, and then 2 more this afternoon for an 18-mile day. Seven miles done. It is just after 7 o'clock, so guys are rolling in for Warriors Way. Gonna get this set up, get a workout in, and then hit the trails for 9 more. Warriors Way is done. Had a great workout today. It's always fun to get time in with those guys. So pulling up in here to the park, gonna get 9 miles in with Alvin. So I finished this morning at 7 miles. I'll get 9 miles here. That leaves 2 more for the day that I'll have to get in at some point. So I'm gonna do my best to do that, but we will see if that happens or not. The plan is to get them in, but we've seen this week how the plan goes. So this morning, our talk at Warriors Way, every workout we end with a devotion. And it was about focusing on God over focusing on our problems. All of us have gone through problems in life, and all of us have gone through those really big valleys where, we're begging God to fix this issue. And what God tells us in the Bible is to focus on Him, turn our thoughts and our energy towards getting closer to Him. And every trial is a chance for us to grow in a very deep, intimate way with our Lord. So instead of focusing on the problem, turn that focus and focus on God. So that's what I challenge the guys with today. That's what I'm going to challenge you with today. That's what I'm challenging myself with today, is when those trials come up, don't focus so much on the trial. Focus on getting closer to God and letting Him direct your steps throughout that valley. So hope that helps you. I'm going to go get the miles in. Here we go. In the book. Beautiful day out for a run, and always a good time to run with Alvin. Him and I are both running the Badlands 50K out here, and then the 50 miler, the Waterloo to Pinckney one in June. So it's good to get some training miles in together. Always a good conversation, and we run very similarly, like in pace. So it's really good for both of us to get out and run together. So wrap that up. Just leaving the park, heading to Costco with the family, and my hope and prayer is that I get there before all the samples are gone for the day and I can get a good Costco sample lunch in, because I am starving. So I still got to get a couple in today with the dog, maybe. If not, I'm not going to worry about it, but I got 10 on the schedule for tomorrow. I'm going to try to knock in before church and then wrap this week up strong. Sunday afternoon. Just got done with a run, 4 miles with the dog. I got 6 more on the schedule for today. And to be completely transparent, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on myself to knock those out. I may try to get a couple more. I don't know that I'll get all 6, and if time allows and the schedule works out, then great. But if not, I'm not going to worry too much about it. This week has been a consistent theme of showing up and doing what I can, even when it's not perfect. And I don't know if just that theme starting off that week is kind of just how the week trended. I'm happy with the effort I put in this week, but I know going into this coming week, I need to make some changes. I don't want to leave miles on the table every day like I did this last week. So I may get the other 6 in. We'll see. Right now, though, I'm going to go in, watch Michigan play, and hopefully get ourselves into a Final Four situation for next weekend. So let's go Blue. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys got some time with family. Hope you got in church and got some time with in worship and spending time with the Lord. It's Sunday, so I'm going to go in, spend the rest of the day with the family. We'll see what else I get in as far as running goes. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Finishing up the 10 miles today with 6 miles on the treadmill. You know I'm rocking that Black M because we're going to the Final Four. Let's go Blue. I'm pumped for this week, mainly because it went all but perfect nearly every day, and I still stayed with it to get the miles in. So I'm gonna finish right at 50 miles for the week. And remember, the message for this week was consistency over perfection. What are you gonna do when your plan fails? So tonight, I'm going to put that down so maybe get less motion sickness. But tonight I'm gonna plan for this week and what I'm gonna do differently to make sure that I get my miles in each day. What am I gonna do differently with my nutrition to make sure I'm hitting my protein and my calories every day? What am I gonna do differently with my rest? And then most importantly, what am I gonna do differently with my walk with God? Because I announced that at the beginning of the week. That's something I wanted to focus on, and it's like the enemy attacked because everything went wrong this week, including my time that I was going to dedicate to that. So get back to the drawing board, plan this week, and then regardless of what happens, remain consistent no matter what. So kids are at the sitters for the night. They're at my sister-in-law's. Gonna spend the night. So as soon as I get off here, the wife and I gonna go get a little date night, which I'm excited about. So end the week the right way. All right, guys, thanks for following the 3rd episode, and I hope you took something out of this. Come back next week for more. Later. You're